Previously on Dumbgeons Dragons.
So you have entered your respective rooms.
Flint does love him a hammock.
Cue to a really funny little montage of him trying to get in the hammock.
Yeah, how high is it hung up? It'd be hard.
Spinning and like arms and legs and like a big knot in the middle. Like,
Nulara, you start relaxing for a good long while. Stuck at the mercy of the Red Wizards, are you? Not a great place to be in. Thia, unknowing how long you have in this room, you have stripped completely naked.
It's true, someone could be in 5 minutes, but Thea's like, this might be the only time I get to have in this bed.
Exactly.
Tharchion Eseldra Yeth is prepared to see you now. We find ourselves bound in common cause against common enemies. I am authorized by our eternal master Zaz-Tam.
Give us the straight goods here, Niall Mitch. How did that go for us?
There is much deliberation, and she will take all things said into account and make a decision by morning.
Okay, I got an offer on the table from Zaz-Tam to get Bort out of my head. Sounds like he wants me to join his army if he helps me out. Should I take the offer?
Welcome to Dumbgeons & Dragons. We're a D&D 5th edition actual play podcast, and I'm your dungeon master, Russ More, and with me today is Carla Johnson.
Whoa. First, threw me off. I play Nulara Moonbrook.
And Tom Laird.
And I play Flint Firebeard and Bort.
Bort gets a mention?
Ooh, he made the
he's
credits.
in the credits now. Whew.
Well, I'm starting the episode as Bort, so
It's true.
He gets his due.
And Amy Moore.
Wife of the Dungeon Master, but don't be fooled, that comes with actually a lot more letdown than it does any sort of bonuses. And I play Thia Amastacia.
I think that's the exact same thing you said in episode 1.
Is it really?
I thought
Pretty close, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, it still holds true today.
I thought he was going to say, that's the exact same thing you said in our vows.
So,
That's what he was going to say. I don't know why. It wouldn't have made sense then.
becoming your wife is gonna...
Also,
gonna
if
come along
your
with a lot
vow
more
was
letdowns.
like that you're marrying your dungeon master,
I know.
it would be a real interesting wedding ceremony.
It was
filling
all
us in
leather,
on a lot of
so-
information about your wedding that we didn't know. Exactly.
Oh, that's true.
I saw wedding pictures. They didn't seem dungeony. They looked
It happened after
standard.
all the photography was done, then everyone got into
I
It was the
see.
secret
weird.
second
It got
ceremony.
weird.
Yeah. Huh?
Exactly.
Cool.
So how's everybody doing today?
So sorry to put that visual in everyone's minds. That's just not...
That makes me laugh. I like it.
I'm not sorry about it. It's all good.
Yep.
Doing well here, Russ.
Doing
Good. It's now December. That
Holy
means
moly.
It's almost Christmas. And you know we're doing special Christmas bonus not Christmas bonus episodes. We're doing special Christmas episodes. Which I've totally planned and I'm ready for.
You sound ready for
You sound
that.
confident, and I believe it.
But I brought them up here so that we have to do them now. Setting
This
expectations.
is your way of like retconning things?
Setting expectations. Yep.
Such a manipulator.
Yep.
Of himself, so that's okay.
Yeah, I mean, really, he just signed
He's just-
himself up
he's
for a
just
lot
hacking.
more work.
Hacking his own brain. Exactly.
But where you can get actual bonus episodes is over on Patreon, where we have a lovely community over at patreon.com/dumbdragoncast, which we just love to have you over there.
It's like a big family.
It is a big family, and every episode we dedicate an episode to a lucky patron, and today that patron is David Ginsburg.
David gets
Yay!
Thanks, David.
David.
From
You're
the
awesome.
Tales from the Fandom, Tales from the Five Nations podcasts.
It certainly feels like that interview we did was forever ago.
It was quite a long time ago.
Forever. Like a year.
Yeah, that
Feels like
one
it was
where
like
we
a
just
year.
talked about snacks.
More than a year.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, I think that was all of our interviews that we did. We
Oh,
just talked
yeah.
about
Lots of snack
not what we
chat.
do.
Snacks. Yeah,
Yep.
that sounds right.
Yeah.
Sure.
Speaking of which, let me tell you about Hacky Sack Guy.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, thank God we didn't forget.
Snack rhymes with hack. We're getting there.
This was the real cliffhanger from last episode.
It was.
Totally. I wish I'd thought of like a funny way to tell this story, but it is kind of funny generally. Okay. So I live in a condo, and there's like several buildings that sort of form a triangle around the parking lot.
Right.
And one morning, I heard this like loud kind of like guttural sounds. And what I actually thought it was sometimes there are homeless people that like cut through. It was very early. Well, not very early in the morning, like 7:30 in the morning. And I thought they were yelling at each other. Well, not fighting, but like sometimes they yell at each other. And like, I just thought that's what it was. So I go to the window to look and no, that is not what it was. It was instead my neighbor with no shirt on, like aggressively playing hacky sack by himself.
Well, he's just training.
So,
he's
like,
doing that Rocky montage.
No, like that is seriously how he treats it. He is like dripping sweat, and like the grunting was like a tennis player or like that dude at the gym that everyone hates. Like that's what he's doing, but it's like everyone in all three buildings can hear him because he is like in the sound vortex with no shirt on.
He just wants a friend.
For so long.
Yeah, it's a cry for help.
He wants an
mating call.
audience.
It's a hacky sack mating
is
call.
what he wants. And so he does that occasionally, just even like last week, not with no shirt on, with a tank top on.
Well, it is getting cold.
So
It's a little chillier now, yep.
he kind of drives me crazy with his look at me antics. He's just screaming, look at me all the time. And it kind of drives
Carla
me
does
crazy.
not appreciate his lack of modesty.
I don't mind the lack of modesty. I do like the, I don't know. I don't know.
Is he good at hacky sack? Like, did you watch him long enough?
He's very good.
Okay.
No,
Well, that's
like,
good.
he's very good. There's nothing about it that is, like, what he's doing is bad. It's just how, like, obnoxious he is about it that I dislike. I don't care that he has no shirt on. I don't care that he's doing it in the public space. I just wish he could just, like, shh, sweetie, shh, quiet.
So, like, if I went into the middle of your parkade and set up a canvas and started aggressively grunting and painting, you would have the same problem with me.
I think I would. Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
You know what?
your
Maybe he's just
aggressive
hoping.
knitting?
I guess so. It's really hard to
So that's the
aggressively
hacky
knit.
sack guy. It kind of ruins the punchline when you know he's called hacky sack guy before I tell the story.
That's true. When she's able to build up the story.
Because the reveal that what he is doing is hacky sacking is kind of disappointing. Because I have had people over before who thought there was like, my neighbors were boning real loud. That's not what it is.
It's better.
Just dude hacky sack.
It's like an all hours kind of hacky sack thing.
Yeah.
Hacky sack guy, if you're an avid listener of Dungeons and Dragons,
Maybe he's listening. I'm
Hit us
sorry.
up.
I'm sure you're very nice.
just go knock on Carla's door.
Introduce
Hashtag,
yourself.
I am the hacky sack king on Twitter.
Apologize for the fact that you're hacky sacking so aggressively. And then, come play Dungeons and Dragons with us. So we can find out, like, what tournaments you're in. Like, that.
Exactly.
Why are
He
you...
seems like a real jock, but, maybe he plays D&D. I don't
Maybe
know.
there's an underground hacky sack tournament, like, hacky sack thing that we don't know about.
Do you think maybe
Ooh.
soccer players play hacky sack in the off season to keep their
Maybe.
like foot skills
Could
up?
be.
100%.
Just kind of like
Could be.
how like skaters and hockey skaters do ballet
They'll
to
play-
keep themselves like
Golf.
And
It's
they'll play like
transferable skills.
they'll play soccer in the hallways too before their games just to like get their feet moving.
Mm-hmm. All of these things are possible. We've given him a backstory now.
All right, fine. He's a wonderful person. He's a competitive athlete. I'm a real jerk.
I feel really connected to this guy now. I don't know why.
Oh my goodness.
I think you know
feel
what I think he
terrible.
really wants. He wants someone to videotape and put him up on YouTube as that weird
that
grunting
is what he
hacky sack
wants.
guy.
So
and
that
so
he
That's why I
found,
don't like
yeah.
him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So do that, and he'll be found, and then maybe he'll go away.
Put
and
it
do
up on
that
your
somewhere.
social media feed, Carla, that everybody
Yeah,
follows.
totally. Should I
because
put
of
it
all
on
those
my
great
Twitter
puns.
that I haven't been on in
Yep.
4 years?
Yeah,
Yep.
that's the one.
Perfect.
That's the one.
That's gonna make him huge.
It would be real interesting if you just all of a sudden started tweeting about this hacky sack dude after 4 years of no activity on Twitter.
Yeah. Be like, guys, I have to tell you about something.
Yeah. I wonder how many followers
is a
Carla
thread.
has.
Yeah, totally. It's like a 20-tweet thread that I have.
You should tweet about it every time you see him. Be like, oh, hacky sack grunter guy's back.
How many followers do you think you have, Carla?
I don't know, 20?
310.
Whoa! Are they all like
Alright.
Russian bots?
Good question. No. Follower of our podcast. Follower of our podcast. Lots of people who follow our podcast, so you should
sorry.
probably get your ass on there.
I would also
apologize
just like to
to
say,
all
Carla,
those people.
you have
Oh, yeah.
more than twice as many followers as I do. I only have 78, and I post like once a week.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I used to be real active. It used to be my job, right?
Yeah.
Now
true.
I don't care anymore.
Guys, someone named Amy Moore just liked my tweet.
Oh my god, she's so famous. She has a podcast.
Oh my god!
This is our new podcast. What are we doing on social media?
recaps.
Yep.
Yeah.
how to
Carla's
social
neighbor
media.
gossip and social media recap. So
Fuck it.
Guess
Let's
enough
play
of that.
D&D.
Can we roll
Thank
dice
goodness.
this episode?
Maybe.
Tom got to. He had
I got to
fell
roll
out of
like
that
2
hammock.
different times.
I know we got to roll like
We did do that
charisma
one to see if
checks.
something happened.
Charisma checks?
Yeah, it was a persuasion and
Charisma.
charisma
Oh,
checks.
yeah,
It was
I get you.
charisma.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
But it wasn't
right,
enough for me.
right.
I'm craving more. When you don't play D&D for so long, like
It's been a long
need
time
to kill
since we've
something.
really seriously
I'm-
rolled dice.
I mean,
And the dagger. I need blood.
you've entered a negotiation arc, though, so.
Damn
I
it!
know.
I was hoping
This
maybe
is-
they'd test our skills and be like, let's even see if you're worthy for us to
Okay.
fight with, and then
So previously, you had a lovely conversation with Tharchion Eseldra Yeth.
I think I was actually kind of rude. I don't.
Yeah, she didn't like you. From the
It was
looks
kind of
it.
both. It was a two-way street on that one, I think.
Yeah. But then you went back to your rooms, and Flint, as you know it, said he just not wearing any underwear. As you were talking about some deal he was trying to do. That's the less important part, clearly.
I'm not wearing any underwear.
Cool?
Good to know. That's
I just like to keep you guys appraised.
of your
you.
underwear.
I mean, we
That's
were
right.
kind of having a pretty serious conversation about like Zaztam
And the fate of
like,
you and
You were
Bort.
gonna go have to fight with an undead army or something, but
Yeah, so I
mean,
should,
cool
I should
about the
take that
underwear.
deal, right?
I would get more information on it
I
first.
think you need some deets. It was real thin on the particulars.
Okay. And I head into my room and close the door.
Okay,
Is that weird to you?
bit weird. He really wanted to get back to that wheel of cheese that he was trying to leave
It
with
was
earlier, I guess.
Pretty big.
Huh. So what are you doing? Sleepover?
Yes. I'll keep my clothes
Because
on.
remember, we like to do that.
Yeah, it's
Many
true.
We don't have to
Playtime.
actually like have a sleepover, but you know, we'll like have some girl time like we like to have on the train, and where we gossip and we eat snacks and
What kind of room you got?
Ice Palace.
Okay, we're going to my room. Chul?
Jolt.
Chult? Oh, Chul is those crab things.
Those
That'd
are
be a
those
horrible
horrible crab
room.
monsters.
That's a bad theme room.
It's got the jewel theme room.
Chult.
Jolt.
Chult theme.
Chult.
Ooh.
Jolt.
Sounds
Let's go.
decadent. Let's go.
All right.
We go and have girly time.
Bort, you have just slammed the door and entered into your tree palace.
Yep, I go and immediately pick up that bell for service and ring it.
A moment goes by, and a knock comes to the door.
Come on in.
The door, you hear click, and then slowly creak open, and the same gentleman, pale-faced human, stands at the door and says, "Yes, Master Firebeard."
Sure. I need more details on Zaztam's deal for me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I know before you said he wasn't going to meet with me, but I need to talk to him.
Yeah, see, that's an issue. Zaztam doesn't speak directly to many people.
Can I, like, stand outside the door while it's closed and we can have a conversation that way?
Any questions you have for him, you can direct at me, and if I don't have the answer, I will certainly get it for you.
Okay, because I kind of feel like I did ask you the question before, but I'll ask it again.
Okay?
So, if I agree to this deal, is this something that starts immediately, or can I go handle this Tiamat situation and then come and serve in his forces?
Are they not one and the same at this point?
Well, this is what I'm trying to understand. As I feel like the pretty big threat is the one that we're working towards here. But when I asked this before, you didn't seem to really give me a great answer on it.
So if we are to go ahead, I mean, who's to say joining the undead army does not stop the rise of Tiamat in and of itself?
Well, I mean, if we failed in preventing that, then I think we're all kind of fucked, aren't we?
You're right. Mm-hmm.
But wouldn't it be better to have all of our able forces tackling this problem before going off for these other missions?
In fact, we would have 2 more abled forces joining our cause and going off and dealing with these issues.
Okay, I feel like we're not speaking the same language here. I mean, I want to go with those 2 others I've been hanging around with so long.
Yes.
And help them instead of going with whatever your plan is. And then I'll join you guys afterwards.
So you don't want our assistance then?
Oh my god.
A lot of double talk happening here.
It's very circular.
Roll a d20.
For the worst roll.
3.
You're still bored.
Okay.
Well, he's not doing well.
No, it's fine.
He's not doing well.
What the deal is while you are in Thay, we will remove whomever from whichever body and place the other one into another vessel. And then you will join Saztam's undead army. A, B. There's no C. It's just A, then B.
I was waiting for what C was. Okay, well, I mean, I want to get out of this. I mean, I want to get him out of my head, but I can't agree to that. I feel like I'd be abandoning them.
Mm-hmm.
But again, I would give you my word. And besides, you'd get a bonus person right off the bat.
Right.
Like, maybe take that back to Zaztam and see what he says.
We've dealt with people previously who said, "Don't worry about it, I'll come back." And then when they reconsider joining an undead army, they don't come back.
Is it the benefits? Is it bad dental? Like what?
It's a really bad dental plan.
So,
They don't match your RRSP. It's really a headache.
as previously stated, no pressure, but the deal is only good while you are in Thay. So
That
can
kind of
sleep on
inherently
it.
builds pressure into it.
You can sleep on it. It's not a problem.
All right, I'll sleep on it.
All right.
Do I ring this again, or are you just going to leave?
I will back out of the room. Don't worry. Sound effects are running as we speak, and there's a door closed in the way. And I'm walking down the hallway. I don't see it.
The footsteps have gone from loud clip-clops to quieter clip-clops.
Yep.
Bort's just going to, like, rage eat for a little while.
He's going to demolish that wheel of cheese.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, Thea and Nulara, you're in the Chult room. What are you doing?
Just like cocktails and eating snacks,
I'm braiding her hair.
gossiping about who we think is cute, you know.
So give me some of that.
So the red wizard, 3 to the left of Angry Bitch.
With the dark hair.
Yes, with the dark hair.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd bone
You
him.
liked him?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, this is gonna sound gross, but bear with me. If he wasn't undead, and his skin tone was normal, and his hair wasn't gross, what about the servant guy?
God.
Like undead. Undead.
That's a lot to look past, though, Nulara. Like, I mean, I have a fanciful imagination, but even that has its limits. Also, I can't get past the undead part of it. It's horrifically, like, unnatural. Horrifically.
Agreed.
Also, what if his pecker fell off?
What if he doesn't even have one because it's already fallen off?
Oh my god.
I don't know what's going on down there with an undead person.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So, also, Flint, super weird, right?
Yeah, what was that about? Serious conversation. We're talking about, like, the fate of, his life. And then just what? Dude, inappropriate.
I mean, like, it's been very stressful. Do you think he maybe snapped a little bit? And
maybe. I mean, he's got a person in his head. I don't know. Maybe.
I can't even imagine what that would be like, having someone in your head just talking to you all the time.
Yeah, what's that like?
Yeah. Yeah, it would be exhausting.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wouldn't it?
There's no way he can take that deal.
Not without understanding what he is agreeing to.
There's gotta be another wizard
his whole life of fighting
somewhere.
with the undead army?
Well, yeah.
Do they mean to make him undead?
I was
Join
wondering the same
army?
thing, right? Join our undead
These are
army.
the
Let's
things he
split you
needs
up
to
and,
know.
I don't know, kill you and reanimate you?
Yeah.
No way.
No way.
So you can continue to talk the night away. Flint Bort, do you do anything?
Flort?
Anything hasty?
No, he's sufficiently eaten himself into a coma, so he's good.
All right. Thea, Nulara, do you go to your respective rooms? Do you just pass out where you are? / meditate?
No, I think I go back to my room because I'm gonna need more sleep than my girl Thea, right?
All right.
I imagined, I just had like a little thing in my head where Bort forgets that he is the size of a dwarf and not like rocking some sort of like dragonborn bod and goes to like hop like 1 leg, 2 leg into the hammock and misses completely. And it's like, the fuck? Like, I need to get out of this body.
It's so bad.
And that's why I was kind of
dwarf
giggling.
fail.
Sorry. I say goodbye to Nulara and I get super comfy on my bed and I meditate.
Yeah, you begin your meditation. Nulara and Bort has passed out. Nulara, you return to your room. And Nulara and Flint and Bort make a wisdom saving throw as you drift off into dreamland.
Oh, fuck.
The fuck?
Flint, Tom, you're going to make 2.
I got a 16.
You're going to make 2 there, Flint.
Gonna make 2?
Tom.
Okay.
Yeah,
Are they both wisdom?
They're both wisdom saving throws.
One for you, one for Bort.
Ooh, 16 and 18.
Ooh.
Bort's got some plus wisdom, y'all.
So, who Bort made the 18?
Both of them. You told me to roll 2.
Yeah, so, there's Bort and there's Flint. You're making one for each
well,
of
the
them.
first one was Bort. That was a 16, and then it's a 15 for Flint.
Okay.
And an 18 for me.
You drift off to sleep. Nulara, your head hits the pillow and you fall asleep quite quickly from all the margaritas you were having with your good friend Thea, and you drift off into a restless sleep. Flint and Bort, you eat yourself into a comatose state, and you're not sure how much time passes, but you wake up, and you're in a chamber over what looks like a bubbling cauldron with tentacles holding your individual limbs because you have separated now. You are Flint with no dragon scales, and behind you, you feel the back of Bort, who are 2 separate people now. Around the room, you see a dozen red wizards observing your current state, while 3 other red wizards brandish weapons as they stand around you in this cauldron. You hear one of them speak up. You're not sure which one. And he says, "We have further questions for you."
Well, I guess I'm not really in a state to deny you, so feel free to ask. Bort said that.
What does Flint say to that?
Flint kind of leans back his head a little bit and turns and says, like, "What did you do, man?"
One of the cult members begins to walk towards Bort. And he asks, "How long have you been tracking the cult's movements?"
I feel like I've answered this question before. It's been a while now. Couple of years? Couple months? I don't know. It just seems so long.
Make... Bort's probably... I'm going to get you to
Bort
make
wasn't there for the initial...
No, it's going to be a deception check for Bort on this one.
Okay. No bonus, so 17.
He nods. And one of the other red wizards steps forward to Flint. And he looks at you, Flint, and he says, "Why are you here?"
That's a real good question. I don't know. Where are we?
In Thay.
Okay, I mean, again, though, I don't know why I'm here. Why am I here? Seems like a question you can answer for me.
Make a persuasion check.
That's an 11.
He pulls forward a large scythe, and he rakes it across the front of your chest.
I don't react at all. I just take it.
The red wizard to Bort. "Why do you care?"
Because I'm trapped in this guy's body, or at least I was. I don't really know what's going on here.
Make a persuasion check.
Come on, Bort, you persuasive motherfucker. A 13.
He pulls a large spiked whip out, and he begins to thrash at Bort. Blood begins to pour from Bort's side down into the bubbling cauldron as the tentacles rise higher up on both of your bodies. The red wizard to Flint says, "What stake do you have in saving Faerun?"
I mean, it's my home. My family. My friends. Everything.
Persuasion check.
Ooh, nat 20.
He asks Flint another question. "What do you know of Severin's plans?"
Well, I know he's got, or at least is trying to get, the dragon masks. He's recruited some exiled wizards to aid him, all in bringing back Tiamat.
Make a persuasion check.
9. That was a good one.
As you finish saying that, the barbed whip comes around and latches into your body from the other side and pulls across your chest, exposing your rib cage off to the side. Make a Constitution saving throw.
So that's a 20, but it wasn't a natty.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, it hurts like a motherfucker, but if you don't want to react, you don't have to react.
I mean, I kind of, like, the breath gets knocked out of me, but I'm hanging in there.
To Bort, why does Severin want Tiamat to rise?
I mean, I don't know. I imagine he's just like some sort of crazy fanatic who wants to see his queen back.
Make a persuasion check, 'cause
I mean, that one
That's legit. Yep.
seems to make sense, right? That is a 15.
He steps back, coiling up his whip. To Flint, what claim does Rathmodar have in this battle?
Well, as far as I can tell, he's hungry for power. He thinks that by helping Severin bring Tiamat back, that he's going to get everything he wants and he can overthrow Zaztam? Is that the name?
Make a persuasion check.
A 14. Hey, 14's pretty charismatic, Russ.
It is, I know. Raises his scythe and begins to step towards you, and you feel the tentacles begin to crush your legs. Make a Constitution saving throw.
That's a 14.
You hear popping in your knees, and you feel your joints being ground down.
Flint's definitely feeling that one.
Bort and Flint hears this question, as he has all the others. This one's directed to Bort. How do your allegiances lie with our eternal master, Zaztam?
Well, I mean, right now, I'm not thinking they're very good.
Yeah, make a persuasion check.
That's a 17.
Flint heard the question, but didn't hear the response. The Red Wizard in front of Flint asks the same question. How do your allegiances lie with our eternal master, Zaztam?
Well, I was told we had the night to sleep on it, but I guess that's not the case. I'm guessing not very good for me.
Persuasion check.
15.
He steps back. Given the power of the dragon masks, who do you trust to protect them within the Council of Waterdeep?
I don't trust the council to protect them. I would trust the metallic dragons.
Persuasion check.
17.
The Red Wizard steps back, as do the others in the room. And the tentacles begin to churn and crush both you, Flint, and Bort, to the point where you begin to black out.
That sounds about right.
You wake up the next morning, roll a d20.
It's a 12.
So you wake up and you're Flint.
Okay. I immediately, frantically grab at my knees.
You feel the ache and the pain from all of the things that were done to both you and to Bort. But you look down and your legs are fine. Your ribs and your chest and everywhere you were cut and where Bort was lashed and where you were lashed are fine. You look down at the hammock and the ropes where you were lying, which would have touched the wounds that you thought you incurred, are stained red.
That's fucked up.
That is fucked up.
Well, hello there. I'm your Dungeon Master, Russ More. Thank you for joining us for episode 65 of Dumbgeons Dragons, Sweet Dreams in Thay. Now, this is the time where we want to thank you for listening, sharing, liking, retweeting, talking about us in coffee shops down the street. Thank you. Word of mouth really is the absolute best way to spread the good word of podcasts. And if you've been with us since the beginning, either having listened along since we launched or have binged through and listened to us kind of spot through here and there, we're thrilled and humbled and honored to have you along with us. If you're looking for more ways to be involved with the podcast, we invite you to join us over on Patreon. Patreon.com/dumbdragoncast. It's a creator to patron to creator driven platform where you sign up for a community and you pledge a monthly fee that fits your budget to become part of the inner circle and the closest knit people within that community. And right now we're looking to expand some of our offerings that we have going on with a new Discord server. And right now it's exclusive to patrons. It will be open to the public in January with Patreon exclusive channels, but we're very excited for it. We've got a good percentage of our patrons on there right now. If you are currently a patron, go check out the link to get into Discord. It's in the posts there. You'll be able to find it and come join us. We're talking the podcast. We're talking food. We're talking awesome powers. We're talking games and books and movies, and we're having a blast doing it. I'm really excited about Discord. It's a very community-driven thing. It's much more than Facebook, much more than Twitter, much more than shouting out to the ether or getting lost in a news feed. I'm stoked for it. And if you can be part of the launch community, patreon.com/dumbdragoncast. And if you can't, we will be opening the server to all listeners probably about beginning of January. Where you'll have access to all the general channels. Patrons will have access to Patreon-only stuff. Again, that's patreon.com/dumbdragoncast. If you can, it's there. And if you can't, we understand. There are so many other ways to support the show. Like I said, word of mouth is really a fantastic way to go. You can find all the social media links and where to get a hold of us through our website, dumbdragons.com. And thanks to Syrinscape for some of the amazing atmosphere. Make sure you check them out at syrinscape.com to bring your games to life. Links for everything mentioned today can be found in the description. In the next episode, it'll be out Wednesday, December 12th. But for now, let's see who else had sweet dreams like Flint and Bort did. Have a great week. We'll talk soon.
Nulara, you wake up, and you had...
Too many margaritas and you're a little hungover.
You had...
Really, it's the sugar more than the alcohol, though?
What a rough night. You go and you complain to Flint.
You had some pretty seriously disturbing dreams, but you can't quite put your finger on what they were. You just know that you had a night that was not... that it was by far not the best sleep you've ever had. But you probably equate it to the fact that you're saving the world from a dragon queen and a cult of dragons. Thea, you what are you doing in your room? Because you only slept for like 4 hours. You only meditated for like 4 hours.
Well, I think we went to bed pretty late. So between, I don't know. I probably woke up at or came out of my meditative trance at 5 a.m. I puttered around. I made clothes. I swished clothes and fabrics around myself and played a little bit of dress up.
So a real rough day compared to Flint.
It's a real range of experiences last night.
Well, no, Thea's feeling really good. I don't think that she gets hung over. I think that her constitution and metabolism of an elf probably doesn't really allow for much of that. And so, yeah, no, she was just fresh-faced, dewy, just pretending to make beautiful clothes, kind of saris, just gorgeous, prancing around her room. And
nice.
Yeah.
Sounds awesome.
Yeah, it's really...
You all rise in the morning, and a knock comes at the door of each of your doors, and you open it, and the many servants come and bring you food for the morning.
Are they undead servants?
They, of course, are undead servants.
Mm.
Yeah. But the food looks delicious.
Yeah, okay.
They set it down, and they begin to walk out.
I let them. I'm not interacting with them.
Okay.
I just eat some greasy food. So that's what my hungover body is craving.
Yeah, I just kind of pick at things because I'm not very hungry. Had a bit of a rough sleep.
Okay.
Unless there's some fancy-ass croissants in there, then I'm going all in on those.
I think I get dressed and I go over and I knock on Flint's door. Well, that's right. I'm leaving my room with someone coming to get me.
Yeah, doors unlocked. You're totally able to do that.
Yeah. Well, that's good. Yeah, I guess we never did check to see if we could leave her.
It seemed implied we couldn't because they kept escorting us, but
I go and I knock on Flint's door.
Yeah, come on in.
I open it up. I'm like, I cover my eyes. I'm like, are you wearing underwear?
I'm dressed. Come on in.
So you left kind of weird last night. Is everything okay? I know you have a lot going on, but
I don't know if everything is okay. I had a really weird, I don't think it was a dream last night.
What do you mean?
Well, kind of had this really, I'm going to say it's believable experience, complete with pain and whatnot, of being tortured by a bunch of wizards last night. Along with Bort, who was not just in my head, but was like an actual body that was next to me also being tortured.
Thea walks over and she sits in the hammock because it's a hammock.
she's so tall and graceful.
And she like shows me how gracefully she gets into it. And I'm just like super mad about it.
That's really weird.
I'm gonna like wander in too with some bacon in like each hand, or the equivalent.
That's really weird. Is that what dreams are normally like?
No, that is not what dreams are like.
Okay, good, because it doesn't sound good, and I was always jealous. But not so much.
No, dreams are normally great, or at least if they are scary, you don't feel like you were physically, beaten up and tortured.
I look over as I'm sitting on the hammock, and I see that it's stained red, and I get up and I'm like, what the fuck? What?
Great question.
Oh God. Guys, I don't know about these wizards.
Yeah, I don't think I can take that dude's deal. I think it's bad news.
Yeah, I've got some questions. So it was my understanding that dreams are just a psychological manifestation of things that you experience during the day because your, silly mortal brains can't package it all up nicely. But there's blood over here, and you don't look like you're bleeding. Are you bleeding?
I checked myself out earlier, not to my knowledge. Yeah, I don't know how to explain it.
I'm gonna ring this fucking bell.
Nulara, how were your dreams last night?
I mean, no, nothing compared to that. It was I had a bad sleep. It was restless. It was bad, but I just, chalked it up to tequila and the world's ending.
I mean, those are both great reasons to have a troubled sleep.
But yours is next level.
Wizards are getting in your minds. I ring the bell harder. Yeah, obviously, come in.
And the same fellow that Flint has seen previously, Flint and Bort have seen previously, enters. He's a pale human male, lots of black and blue and green splotches all over his skin and body, and he says, "Ah, yes, you have risen. Is there anything I can bring you?"
Yeah, how about some fucking answers?
Mm-hmm.
Is it customary to, harass and, mind fuck the people who are trying to help a similar cause to you? In their sleep?
I don't know what you're referring to.
Well, then, you should go and fulfill my first request of finding some fucking answers. Oh, Thea.
Can you bring Nye Ilmich over here? We need to talk to her.
Of course. And he leaves, closing the door.
Thea apparently finds herself very protective of her friends. So, what exactly happened in your dream?
It was the weirdest thing. There was 12 of the red wizards. And then there was also this, squid type monster, tentacle monster, and we were being dangled over a cauldron. It was all too much.
What were they asking you?
Questions about our mission. And I didn't know how to answer some of them, and that did not seem to please them.
Oh.
Well, we are not always honest people, and we have been honest this whole time with them, so...
Yeah, that's really rough. It makes me not feel like we need to be very honest. Come in!
The door opens. Nye Ilmich steps in. She says, "Good morning, good morning. You sent for me, yes? I was actually on my way to come see you.
It was not a good night for me."
I'm sorry to hear that, Master Flint Firebeard. Tharchion Eseldra Yeth has given her declaration, if you're willing to hear it, unless you have other issues to attend to.
I would say we have other issues to attend to.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I can't tell if you are just playing dumb or if you are dumb and have no idea what happened to our buddy Flynn here.
I don't know what you're referring to, but...
Dream torture?
The dreams of mortals are a fickle thing and are easily influenced by
Wizards?
many things.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Niall Mitch,
Yes.
how many wizards are in this other offshoot, this rebel alliance, if you will?
There are no exact numbers. There are many.
So you don't know how many are with what Wrathbone?
Wrathbone. No. Many.
I mean, that's what Wrath is short for, correct?
Wizards from Thay have been exiled many times before, and it is our understanding that he, Wrathmodar, has brought them together.
So there's a considerable number of them. It's not like 5.
That is what is
or 12
to be believed. Yes,
Specifically 12?
Okay.
Great force.
I mean, I'm just throwing out numbers here.
Numbers.
No, she's just repeating the things that we're saying.
Numbers.
Niall Mitch, do you know that someone has entered Flint's dreams and caused him physical and psychological distress, and even probably going as far as damaging him in the real physical realm through his dreams?
That is very troublesome.
Yeah, it is.
Mm-hmm.
It's never happened before we came here.
Yeah, it's pretty concerning.
Asking a lot of the same questions that he was asked just yesterday.
Interesting.
Yeah, this is a bunch of people in red robes that were asking those questions.
Who might have the answers to our questions?
I don't know. Do you wish to hear the answer to your original question?
I mean, at this point, why the fuck not?
Tharchion Eseldra Yeth will account for the Red Wizards and has agreed to aid the factions of the Sword Coasts. And if so granted, I will accompany you as Thay's ambassador to the council.
I don't know. Like, after last night's shenanigans, it just doesn't seem like teaming up. You know? I just don't want to be a yes man, you know?
I see what you did there.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. I've been waiting.
I mean, I don't know, guys. I still think we should take the help. I think we need all the help we can get, but like, is this a dagger situation where we're going to have to monitor what this help's coming in as, or I just don't know.
I mean, it's the end of the world, right? So I think right now we need the help.
Yeah.
Tiamat's the imminent threat, but man, you just can't trust the undead. It seems like.
Certainly seems that way. But at least now we're not going in with any sort of, like, the kid gloves are off. Yeah, let's go in knowing that we're a little bit in bed with the devil here, so to speak. No offense.
None taken. Okay. If you are ready, we shall depart.
Niall Mitch, can you send a message to Zaz Tam for me that I turned down his offer?
Of course. He will be very sad to hear of your decision. But
I think he'll understand.
But understands, of course. If that is all, we shall return to Waterdeep. She begins a incantation, and a glowing circle of runes begins to form around the five of you, and a bright light comes, and you appear back in the teleportation chamber that you left in Waterdeep, with Leosin and Lady Laryl Silverhand entering the room as the teleportation circle clears.
Take that, future Russ. Oh, I just had a hiccup at the same time I was talking. Take that out.
Take it out. Take it out of there.
And just to be sure, just because I don't want to get halfway through this scene and then be like, oh no, it was Flint who made it. It was Bort that made the 16. Yeah.
Bort made the 16. Flint made a 15.
Oh, he made a 15. Sorry, I thought you said 18. Even better.
That was
even better.
Initially, it was because
you're not paying attention.
Bort's bonuses.
Oh,
I thought
men
I see.
So I had to subtract one instead of add two.
Right. Sorry. Good. Even better. Even better.
That's no good.
What's gonna
That doesn't
happen?
sound like it's better.
No, it doesn't.
It's such a bad sign when the DM's eyes light up like that.
Yeah, I know. He shouldn't look gleeful. Ever.
When he tenses his fingers like that, it's even better.
Exactly.
Now hold on. There's a really big size difference between Flint and Bort.
Mm-hmm.
Like, are they head to head or are they feet to feet matching? Because if so, I think that Flint might be dead. If Bort's legs are popping.
No, Bort's legs aren't popping.
Well, no,
that was Flint.
Yeah, it's like they've got us both separately wrapped up.
Yeah, like you're
I thought you guys were like
back. Yeah, there's
smooshed.
two
Yeah, I thought they were like tied together.
Tied
like,
together. That's
Yeah,
how
so-
you made it
like a
sound. I
kidnapper.
feel
Sorry.
him on my back.
Yeah, but yeah, Flint
Like
in that
kidnapped.
instance was being crushed. Bort was not.
Gotcha.
So things aren't great, guys.
No, it doesn't sound good. Thea in her meditative state, can she
You
can she
don't-
dream hop? That'd be really awesome.
Yeah, become a dream walker.
Yes,
Just right
Dreamwalker
now.
Thea.
How can I do that?
Elves don't dream, so
Oh yeah, right.
Boo.
it's the reason you didn't roll anything.
I can't wait till Freddy Krueger pops up beside the tentacles.
Hey, bitch!
Hey, bitch.
I can see your ribs, bitch.
It's real. Nah, I have no funny thing. It just vanished off my tongue.
yeah.
It's too bad.
Give me some B-roll grunts.
There's one for you.
There's no sound that you could have made. That
It would not have been good.
wouldn't sound like pooping.
That's fair.
Yeah, make a persuasion check. And if that's where you
Just
leave
to
it
make
at.
a
Sass check.
Yeah.
Make a truth check.
Yeah,
That's
sassy
a
pants
17.
check.
Wait, is this just like a really bad dream where I'm all tied up in the hammock?
You wake up the next morning like, holy fuck!
Again, arms and legs sticking out at all
I'm
weird
like,
angles.
yeah, one
There's a
leg
big
is
knot.
stuck in the hammock. I'm dangling out of it.
I'm gonna wander in too with some bacon in each hand. Or,
Just fists of
Double
bacon.
fisting bacon.
I heard you guys were having a party in here.
Well, she might not have any idea.
I know, but that was
But,
part of my question.
yeah, that was in game. You were asking.
Yeah.
You'll just that, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
You guys got off on tangents about dream shit. I lost my place.
She believes in a thing called love.
God.
Just listen to the rhythm of her heart.
Yeah.